We're interviewing Fylvia Flowler Kline, who is the Zoom coordinator for this event. This general conference session here in St. Louis is a hybrid event. And we're going to talk to Fylvia about why it's a hybrid event and the role she has in making sure that people from around the world are connected to this event here. So, Fylvia, talk to us about why did this become a hybrid event?
Well, primarily because of COVID and the effects it has had on travel. So when we started, we didn't know how many would be attending virtually and how many would be in person. So that's how it started. That was the basic need.
And so you have this whole setup now where there is a behind the scenes where there are people connecting literally from around the world.
Yes, we have, as of today, we have 698 people registered to attend. So the total number of delegates, don't quote me, but I think it's about 2,700. So out of that, almost 700 are attending virtually. So we have five Zoom rooms. There's Spanish, Portuguese, French, Russian, and English. Of course, English is our largest number of attendees. So on any given day, we have an average of 400 people attending at a time remotely.
So this presents some rather unique challenges because here we are in the central time zone of the North American continent, and there are some people that are probably in the wee hours of the morning.
Yesterday, I personally saw someone fall asleep in Zoom, and he caught himself and woke up. But yes, it does get me excited in a way, because to see these people so late in the night but so committed, to the church, I think that's a personal sacrifice of some kind, even though it's just 4 days, because I see how tired they are as the day progresses.
So what happens? Talk to me about how this whole thing happens. Somebody in Africa wants to connect and wants to voice their opinion. How does that process go so that they can actually be heard on the floor of the session here in St. Louis?
First of all, they cannot register to be on Zoom as well as on the floor on site. That would cause logistical problems and other problems when it comes to voting. So we have a online way to queue them to speak on the floor. So if somebody in Zoom wants to speak on the floor, we connect them through this third-party system, and then they can be heard on the floor by the attendees on site.
So now these people that are attending virtually, when a motion comes to the floor, whether it's a nominating committee report or a change to the church manual or constitution or whatever, they're involved in voting, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they use the same method to vote. The people are on site as well as in Zoom. They're using the same software, the same system to vote. They just are not there in person, but they can see, hear, and participate in every way that the on-site person is participating. You know, no lunch, of course, but in every other way, they get all the content, all the instructions that people hear on the floor. We give it to them in the chat within Zoom, so they are participating as fully as possible as we can make them.
So now you talked about some of the other languages. Are they then receiving the translation that is taking place from the floor? They're hearing it in their own language?
Yes, they are. So within the Zoom room, there are translators. We have translators on shift. We have coordinators, Zoom coordinators on shift, so we don't get them all too tired, So it's a good, positive, energetic experience. So yes, the translators are in the Zoom room as well.
There are a lot of moving parts to a general conference session, but it sounds like we've just added some more.
Yes, but it seems like this is what we need to be prepared for going ahead. Always anticipate what the need is and be prepared for it.
So do you see this as kind of a wave of the future, that the general conference sessions will continue to be a hybrid sessions and give this option for people to attend virtually?
I don't have a prophetic prediction, but it seems to be that way. It seems like this is going to be the way we do it from going forward. It's not quite the same, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Fylvia. For the Adventist Review, I'm Phil White. You can catch more of our content on AdventistReview.org.